So in order to get the graph, what you want to do is to graph these two functions that you have here. So we're going to go up to our y equals, and I need to clear out the equations I have in here. And the first one we're going to put in is 5 plus 0.09x. And then we're going to enter in our second equation, 3 plus 0.29x. So after we have our equations in, and check and make sure we got the right ones, and of course my first one is wrong. So we need 0.09x. Yeah, then what you want to do is press the graph button. So this is the graph that we get here. So when we're looking at our options, what you can see is that they have them on different scales at the bottom. So when we're looking at our graphing calculator, we need to make sure we're looking at the same scales they are. So the first one is looking from 0 to 10, and that's what we have here. And that doesn't look like what we have, because here these two are meeting at the center at about 5, and if we look at our scale, they're not meeting there. If we look at the second one, we're looking from between 5 and 15, and right then, let's see, our 5 is here, and then 15 is on the other side. So the way we can change our screen so that it matches up with these x values is if you go under Window, and under Window, here our x minimum, we don't need it to be -10, because for all of our functions they are positive, so we're just going to change this to 0. Then our x max, if we look at the graph for this one and D, they go up to 15, so we're going to change our x max to 15. Then we want to go back and graph again. So if we look at this one, if we're looking between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is here, and 15, which is here, that looks like what we have. C doesn't look like it. This is very similar to the first one. It's just the blue line is on top of the red one, so we know it's not that. And then D, well, that could be our issue. So the question is, what does the blue line represent and what does the red line represent? So it tells us A of x is the blue line, which is the first function. B of x is the red line, which is our second function. So we just have to figure out which one of these graphs on here matches that. So I'm going to go back to y equals, and just to make it easier to see, the A of x function was the first one, and what I'm going to do is make it bold. So I'm going to go all the way to this side and make that bold just so I can tell what line is on top. So if I press enter, that changes how it's going to show up. Once I press graph, the line on top is the first one, which is the blue one, and that's what we have for part B. Hope that helps. Let me know if you have any other questions.